guys, I'm Sanya Natarajan here. Welcome to my video. In this video, we would be knowing about aspirant from spiritual point of view. Firm determination that I am to realize God only and to hold it fast is much essential for an aspirant. If an aspirant desires, he could turn away from untruth or come face to face with truth. He would have to choose either of these, then only he would be able to save himself from misfortune. An aspirant should not think of himself as a seeker of pleasure or as a worldly person. He must always have the awareness that he is an aspirant. As much attachment with matter gets divorced, so much that an aspirant acquires unusual quality in him. An aspirant is one who is constantly cautious. An aspirant must recognize his natural state in God and what it is really. To accept one's existence in the world, an aspirant fails in his efforts. An aspirant should consider that if through him nobody is helped, nobody gains any benefit, nor is served in any way, what sort of an aspirant is he? In respect of his spiritual aspiration or fulfillment, he should not be worried, but his restlessness for attaining God should necessarily be there. The reason is that worry keeps one far from God, and restlessness brings him closer to Him, the divine energy. Till the senses of individuality subsist, an aspirant should not be complacent. To have differences of opinion with others and to pattern your life according to your own faith is not a fault, but to think ill of others' faith or to refute it or to hate another's faith is defect. So long as an aspirant is not dissatisfied with his condition, he cannot make progress. An aspirant has only to be cautious about one matter. Should he see any perishable thing, he should not be caught by its attraction and give any importance to the same. He might make use of it, but not accept its subordination. An aspirant should not become dogmatist, but only a seeker of the truth. A pleasure seeker loves sleep like a friend, but a devotee and a worshipper detests sleep as an enemy. For a non-worshipper, the times were of different, while for a worshipper, these times are excellent. An aspirant should be ever vigilant, which means not to desire anything from anybody. An aspirant is one who devotes himself all the 24 hours. Whatever act is done, the smallest or the biggest, an aspirant must be careful not to act it selfishly. An aspirant must always be vigilant to ensure that nobody is hurt by any act of his. By hurting others, no peace could be had, even on undertaking worship for years. Whatever an aspirant knows and recognizing that much should start making use of the same, and he would acquire further necessary knowledge by himself. A body is of the world and the self vests in God. So an aspirant should not accept himself as in the world, but would feel the existence of the self in God. An aspirant's decision on what should be done or not, he should leave it to the soul. And what should happen or not, be left it to the will of the God. Never consider yourself as a perfect man, but only an aspirant. You could be deceived if you think of yourself as emancipated. An aspirant's job is not to rule, but to keep oneself under the rule of the share of the truth and well-wisher. An aspirant should ponder over it that he does not want happiness, which is not eternal and has pain associated with it. For an aspirant, enjoying pleasure born of spiritual practice is essentially an impediment for him. The objective of an aspirant should not be to acquire learning, but to realize. By the knowledge acquired, he could become learned, an orator or a writer, but not a seer of truth. Liberated one while living and a lover of God. If one looks to the beginning, he is not an aspirant, and one who notes the result is an aspirant. To say, I am an aspirant, if this is associated with vanity, then it is bad. But if it is in the spirit of duty, then it is helpful. It is vanity to say that I am an aspirant while another person is not, and to say, how could one work against a spiritual discipline that is spirit of duty or self-respect? Finally, an aspirant should be a follower of truth, but not of any person or a section or a group. Just seek the divine energy. Thanking you for listening till the end. Let all the good things happen in your life in multiples of infinity.